Hey everyone, I am PATU Loca and I have another video I wanted to make for you guys. And it's the 5 basic rules of being able to break up and to be able to get over the breakup. Um, I know I did this video where I was just being funny about the best way to get over a breakup. I said just get drunk and just party and get over it that way. But I was just being funny. Breakups aren't that pleasant a scene that I've gone through quite a few breakups like majority of you guys out there. It's one of those things, especially if you really were in love with someone or you just really didn't see it coming. It could really it affects you. Some people I've known, as myself, you get through this moment of depression, you get onto that famous 15 to 20 where you put on 15 to 20 pounds because you're just eating yourself up, or all different, like breakups affects you in so many different ways. My 5 basic rules of how to actually go through your breakup and be able to move forward from it less in pain like you are now from a fresh breakup are these. My thing is limit communication. The reason I say limit your communication with the person you just broke up with is that it's hard to break up with someone, or even if you break up, because now there's this new thing where people break up and they want to remain friends. For whatever reason, you guys are breaking up and remaining friends, whether it was a mutual or just one person felt that way with wanting to break up. You definitely want to limit your communication. If you're trying to remain friends and you feel like, okay, if I give it some time, we can still stay friends, let them know that, look, it's nothing that you did to me. I just need space and time to process the the fact that we're no longer dating and we're going to become friends. So the reason I say limit your communication is that you don't want to end up going back and forth confused, where one minute you feel hopeful, the next minute you're not, because the longer you're elongating that process because of communication, it's harder for you to get past the breakup, and it's hard for you to get to the other side where you're feeling better and getting yourself back out there in dating. So, and out there and just getting your life back, getting back to being happy and socializing and moving on to the next relationship, maybe dating or whatever. So, you definitely want to limit how much you communicate with someone, and you can be very, mainly because you can be very vulnerable. You can always mistake your vulnerability with the fact that I think we're getting back together. And then not only that, it ends up in such a horrible mistake, and you lose sight of the reason why you guys broke up. You always keep in mind the reason why you broke up. You broke up for a reason. Because a lot of times, there's only been, from my experience, I've only had one relationship where we were always off and on. And it was just so annoying because it was just always off and on. And it was draining. And then every time we would break up, it would be a new reason why we broke up, but it always went back to the main reason why we broke up. So it's like, stop being an idiot and going back. It's like, it's almost as if the knife wasn't twisted enough. Like I had to make sure it was just twisted more. So cut off communication. I know some of you guys are going to gasp when I say this, but limit your access and communication with your friends and family. I do know some, and the reason I say this is for some people, it does help when you have that support from friends and family in helping occupy your time. But in the sense where you have friends and family that are like the I told you so committee, or always want to throw in your face where you went wrong with that relationship and all that, you don't need that. You're already down in the dumps. So could limit your communication with friends and family for the main reason of why I said you limit with the person you broke up with. The third one is seek out support when you're ready. Seek out support may be, someone that you know or you trust their thoughts and point of view. You can never go wrong with seeking out support from your family, mainly for the fact that no one has gone through life and no one knows you better and knows your wants and needs better than your parents and your family. If you can't go to them for advice, who else could you go to? Is my point of view. Going to your friends also is a good thing too. I know personally for me, when I go through breakups. It's hilarious because my parents aren't the ones. Well, my mom, because my dad passed away, God rest his soul, isn't one of those type of people. She's like so old school Caribbean where you don't cry over a breakup or a guy. So it's like, okay, so he broke up with you, slap on some lipstick, put your Sunday's best, and go out there and find somebody else. And it's like, no, I'm still leaking out from my flesh wound of pain. So unless you can relate, you don't really understand the pain that I'm going through. And it's as crazy as that sounds. The way I was just talking, that's how my mom looks at it. Like, okay, get over it. So seek support from people that been through it, understand where you're coming from, and things like that, and so that way it can help you move on with the process. The next thing is date yourself. I've done plenty of videos talking about the importance and the best thing about dating yourself. I went through this period where I was dating myself for like 5, 6 years. And the reason I said I was dating myself that long was that I was having so much fun kicking it with myself that it was like I didn't see any purpose of being in a relationship. You had to be an outstanding guy for me to say, you know what? I want to date you and literally date you. I did things like took myself to dinners, took myself to the movies, things you normally would do with someone else, but I did it with myself. I took myself out to wine tasting, cooking classes, going to the carnival. Like, I literally kicked it with myself. And then there were times where I would kick it with my friends. But what I did find that was annoying was couples. A lot of times when it was like supposed to be girls' night, the girls would bring their men. So you would always feel like the third wheel. So then that didn't really bother me too much because then I would get up and then because I was so used to dating myself that I took myself out of the equation, started kicking it alone while they all mingled with each other as a group. So the great thing about dating yourself is you build back your confidence, you build back your self-worth. You realize nobody else can treat you better than you can. And the cool thing about it is it makes you look super confident when you're out there. When someone sees that, whoa, this person is out alone, having dinner, going to the movies or whatever by themselves, they're so bold and strong. I couldn't see myself doing that. I want to seek out this person and see what is so unique and special other than what I'm seeing about this person. And the best way of you being able to match yourself on somebody based off of how they treat you is based off of how you treat yourself. If you treat yourself great, and you're not gonna accept bullshit, trust me. So when I was dating myself for 6 years, there were cool guys. I've met all varieties of guys and everything that were wanting relationships. Some that just wanted to play, some that were really looking to get to the next, like look for marriage and stuff. But I was just so much basking in the enjoyment of being free and enjoying just kicking it with just me. You had to really be an outstanding person for me to say, you know what, I'm ready to break up with myself. Well, not break up with myself. I'm ready. That's a breakup with myself is not a good one. I'm ready to allow someone in to date me with me. It sounds weird, but trust me, it's a cool, best experience ever. It had to been it was the best freeing experience I had, especially the fact that I did it for 6 years. The next thing is make your next move the best move. And this is why I've written down that the best move isn't getting up under the next person, because you need to take a time to breathe out your last breakup. You need to the main thing I would say in helping you move forward is giving yourself time, giving yourself space. The best move is accepting the fact that you guys broke up, why it didn't work, and think back on all the other relationships and why it didn't work. It's not that you're a horrible person. It's not that you're not worth love or worth the right person. It's something that you're doing that you're not aware of that's sabotaging you in your breakup. Once you get the connection of that way when you're into the next relationship, you can be aware of that, correct that, and learn a newer lesson instead of the same lesson over and over again. The next thing is getting up under the next person right after a fresh relationship is just another disaster. You're gonna end up with a broken heart. So it's like, don't even waste your time. You'll do a whole lot better dating yourself, which is 4. Well, which was my 4th thing of, you know, being able to move on and everything like that. You just want to be able to say, hey, this happened to me. I'm going to enjoy my life. I'm going to enjoy the benefits, the great things about being single again. You don't have to answer to anybody. You don't have to worry about hurting someone's feelings or trying to fix it. You don't have to worry about sharing remote controls. You don't have to worry about having to bicker about which activity to do because the person's like, oh, whatever you want to do, whatever you want to do, whatever. You know, it's just it's all about you. It's all about you. You go back to all being about me, 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 me. What do I want to do? What do I want to eat? What do I want to dress like? What do I want to... And it's just so empowering and everything like that. So those are my 5 things that I say that are the 5 basic... Well, the 5 things, the 5 rules on breaking up and recovering. 1 is cut off all communications, because I'm telling you, it's hard for you to get over it if you have that connection with someone, especially if you guys agree mutually or whatever to remain friends. Limit your communication with friends and family, especially if they're going to be negative. Cut them off, because the last thing you need is, you're already down and out. You don't need that extra pressure. The 3rd thing is seek out support who are people who are supportive and been there and done that, who understands what it feels like to go through a breakup. The 4th thing I love the most is date yourself. You never appreciate the value of yourself other than the time you take you and other than the time you take you as your main priority. When you take time to make yourself as a priority, it seems weird in the beginning. I'm not going to kid you, but it makes you feel powerful. It makes you feel more courageous, more strengthened. You feel you start to really understand the value of yourself, the love you have for yourself. And that's the amazing thing about being able to date yourself. And you don't take crap from anybody. The 5th thing is, don't jump into the next relationship or whatever, because it doesn't really work out too well. A lot of times you find yourself right back in the dumps, and then you start getting depressed and sad about, what is it about me that I'm not attracting what I want, and things like that. You want to take this, the thing about not make the next move the best move, which is 5, is that you want to be able to be self-aware of what you went through. Take time to process it normally, because everybody can process anything. Time varies based off of you. Understand where you went wrong. Be aware of it, so that way the next relationship you go in through to, whether it works out or not, it's a new lesson, not the same lesson that you're going through over and over again, because that repetitive thing can really, really make breaking up and getting over it a lot harder. So those are my 5 real simple rules of being able to deal with a breakup and move on. And at the end of the day, you can't give yourself a time period. You gotta allow yourself some time. Time heals all wounds. It sounds really weird, and I am not a patient person. But when you have nothing to do but to be patient, because it's like you can't control it, it's the best thing. So those are my 5 tips on the best ways, the simple ways to get over a breakup and be able to bounce back. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like and comment. And remember, sharing is caring. And please, I really would love you guys a whole lot more if you guys would definitely go on to the Get Inside Me page on Facebook. The links are down below to like the Facebook page. Any videos you would like to see, please leave it. You guys can hit me up, commenting under the videos, or contact me directly for the information down below and everything like that. And I upload videos each and every Tuesday. So I'll see you guys next Tuesday. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Bye.